Okay, we're sitting here, and it's October the 10th, which is only 3 weeks away from a date that keeps coming up in the news at the moment, October the 31st. Apparently, it's all going to be all right because the MPs are going to work on a Saturday morning and put an extra shift in and get it all sorted out. But B for Brexit. What does it mean?
Really, Andy?
Yeah.
Really, you're going to ask us about this?
Yeah.
From an Accurascale point of view, we've done a lot of work to second guess what's going on politically, and I think we're not going to go into political argument. Obviously, that's been done to death on your news pages and TV and stuff like that. But our whole thing is, I suppose it's a lot of what any business faces challenge-wise at the moment is. It's just not knowing what's going to happen next and kind of mitigation for that. So we have tried to second guess best we can. We have just this week finished our registration as a UK business. So that's one thing to kind of smooth the process with that as well. We're very happy to do that. It was something that was on our plan to do anyway. It's just kind of accelerated that a little bit. We would hope to do that next year, but we've brought that forward, obviously with everything that's going on. And the other thing we're doing at the moment is we've actually have a warehouse facility now in Peterborough, and all our Accurascale stuff is dispatched from there. So anything new coming in from China, such as the PFAs, will be the first one. They will go straight, instead of going from China to Ireland and then we dispatch to anywhere in the UK or anywhere in the world that we send them out, it's going to go from China into the UK through customs and then will be dispatched from there. So these are just some of the items we've done so far to kind of get around that and try and make it as seamless as possible for people so there's no disruption.
So you've sensibly kept out of sort of like where the problem arenas may be in terms of tariffs and taxes that we don't know about yet. So obviously with the stock coming directly from China into Peterborough and the fulfilment from there. Obviously you've got the headache of sorting out all the accounts and all the rest of it, but it is making it sort of like as streamlined as possible, and also probably mitigating as much as possible against any currency fluctuations that are in the equation as well.
Exactly, and I mean the pound has been quite volatile, especially in the last few months. But we've held hard on our prices, and we intend to keep doing that as much as we can. Obviously, we can't speak for, we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. But you know, that's something that we're keen to do and try and keep it as affordable as possible. One thing, it's when I think Patrick would know more about this with the whole kind of, there's no duty at the moment on toys. Is it duty on toys?
It's zero rated.
Yeah,
Zero
so
rated,
if you're
yeah.
importing from China to Europe, or I suppose, under WTO rules anyway, there's no duty on model railway equipment, so that won't be an issue at all.
Yeah. And so I mean, we'll work on that end of it as well and kind of continue that, and anything that pops up in the next couple of weeks, and we obviously this is when the business and the deal or whatever gets done, whether there will be one or not. Obviously the deal, it's a lot easier for everybody, including ourselves. No deal, then that throws up its own challenges, but it's our duty to kind of prepare for that as well.
Well, I think you're as best placed as you possibly can be, given the circumstances or knowledge that none of us have actually got at the present time. So, I mean, in my personal case, where obviously I've put my deposit down on the Delta, I don't need to do anything. You're going to take care of all of that?
You don't have to worry about anything like that. It will obviously, we will now be able to continue send you out for a payment on the balance. If you've paid a deposit, you will get the balance once they arrive in stock, and you will get your Deltic. And that's, we want to assure all our customers we're not going to let something like this get in the way of making sure people get the right service and the right product and get their models that they have paid for. And at the end of the day, the world will keep turning, and we just need to kind of remain agile, and we will react to this whatever best way we can.
So, with respect to Irish Railway models, that's obviously still there. You've got your roots there in Dublin with that side of the business. Even though, as you say, there is a crossover between your customers, obviously on both sides of the Irish Sea with it.
There is, and obviously we have we sell a lot of the Irish stuff and Accurascale, in fairness, into Northern Ireland. So I mean that kind of throws up some unique challenges there as well. But we're working on plans for IRM to continue with that as well, and it would be a kind of similar situation to Accurascale as well. We just need to kind of gauged kind of delivery and divide up stock. Some will come to Dublin, some will go to Peterborough as well. So I mean, we're working on plans on that, and kind of one way we're quite lucky is that none of the new stuff is arriving before October the 31st, so we can see after October 31st where stuff needs to go. So we'll kind of continue on that, and then if there's any updates from our point of view that we need to communicate with customers, we will contact them straight away via email, and we'll put notices out there as well. And I think a good way to kind of keep up to date with this stuff is to sign up for our newsletter on our website.
Keep an eye on RM Web as well, and obviously the links are always there. So you'll be putting up some signs over the motorways that your paperwork may change on the 1st of November or whatever. But you've done as much as you realistically can do. You've got yourselves sorted out. You've got us sorted out. Can you just go and sort out the rest of the country?
Give us 6 weeks.
I reckon we put everyone in a pub and we have a chat about it, and we'll come to some agreement.
And that would be a good way of sorting it out, wouldn't it?
Would be, yeah.
You don't think there's going to be a punch-up outside?
Well, look, that might happen, but what is important is this is the result. If that's part of the process. And I'd imagine a few of them need a good slap at this stage. But look,
Anyway, we've got Anglo-Irish relations sorted out in our modelling world anyway, so all's good.
Absolutely. Once we're all still friends, and we're and at the end of the day, we're all interested in model trains, and politics can. This is escapism from all that kind of stuff for us, and that's what we want to promote.
It's good.